We're doing Melodious and Progressive Etudes for Clarinet by David Haidt. Book 1, Etude number 16. Hi, welcome to Woodwind Ninja. My name is Jay, and today we are going over Melodious and Progressive Etudes for Clarinet, Book 1, number 16. This etude is in G minor and has a particular rhythm pattern that is called syncopation. Now, there's a lot of syncopation in this one, and I'm going to go ahead and just say right off the top here, I don't love the way this was written, notated. I mean, the writing is fine. It's a very excellent etude. But the way it's notated is not really that okay with me. And I have done something, and I want to go through it with you today so that you can get a real sense of syncopation, a lot of control over that, and show you the system of how to do it, and go through the whole thing so you will be secure and confident with syncopation and G minor. Speaking of G minor, here we go. Let's do the scale. You know we do this here. Let me find my metronome. Found it. We're going to put it at 92, since that is the tempo of our piece. It's just a good thing to start feeling right now. We'll turn that on, and let's do it. Let's do our scale. The first thing we're going to do, hold on, I turned this on too soon. We're going to look at our key signature, which is 2 flats. B flat and E flat. Let's take a look at that. B flat and E flat. And it says for us to practice this range of the scale. So we're going to start on G. We're going to go up to high D, back down to low F. We're going to make that an F sharp, just because it helps make the scale sound just right. And let's do it. I'll put the scale up here. The first scale we're going to practice is our G melodic minor. G melodic minor is the same scale that we've practiced here before in terms of the forms of the minor scale. Excuse me. So that means we're going to look at our key signature. 2 flats. And we're going to think, what are the 6th and 7th scale steps? G, A, B flat, C, D, that's 5. E, 6. We're going to make that a half step above the key signature, so that's an E natural. F sharp, because that's going to be a half step above the key signature, and to G. And the same thing in the upper register, or the shallow register, almost, or the shallow to clarion register. You know what I'm saying. G, A, B flat, C, D, E natural, F sharp, G, A, B, C, up to D, like it says in the instructions in the book. And then on the way down, we're going to go back to the key signature. So it'll be D, C natural, B flat, A, G, F natural, E flat, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat, A, G. Let's do it with the metronome on. 1, 2, 3. We are also going to practice the harmonic minor. We haven't done a lot of that in our Melodious and Progressive Studies. So we're going to practice a harmonic minor, which means we are just going to raise the 7th step. So this scale is going to follow the key signature, but it's going to have an additional F sharp. Let's do it. I'll put it right here. Metronome, please. 1, 2, 3. So again, I don't write articulations on the scales that I write for these exercises. You should practice them however you feel like, but change it up here and there. Great. Now we're going to practice we're going to get an introduction to our syncopation. And I'm not going to talk about it too much quite yet, what it is, but check out the scales. I've written these same scales, same notes, in a different rhythm, so we can practice a little bit of syncopation. So if you have to listen to it once before you jump in, fine. If not, jump right in. But if you need to listen to it once, great, but please rewind and practice with me in just a minute after you hear this scale. But I will, of course, put the music right there. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and do the harmonic version now, in that same rhythm. Great. Now, if any of that didn't feel super solid, no problem. Just go over it again. Just rewind. No one will know. And, really get solid with it, because that's going to really, really help as we play this piece, because we want to focus on our rhythm in this piece. The rhythm is the whole thing. Syncopation, what does that mean? Syncopation is when the accented note is on the off beat. But what the heck does that really mean? I was thinking about this. What's the world's most famous march? I got the answer for you right here. Stars and Stripes Forever. And this just goes to show if we don't think about syncopation, it's very easy for us. I might be singing the wrong notes in the wrong key. Don't care. What I want you to get is bum ba da 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 da. Bum ba da 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 da. There's a syncopation in there. Ba ba da 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 da. Ba ba da 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 da. That's syncopation. Let's take a look at what it actually looks like in this etude, and then I'm going to give you the whole process of how you can go from feeling a little bit insecure about it, if you are, to feeling totally confident with it. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that this does require us to have a very steady internal pulse, which is one of the things that I think we've been working on as we go through the Melodious and Progressive Studies. So that's going to really pay off if you've been working on a very steady pulse, because we need to play off of our steady pulse, which means our pulse needs to be very, very steady. So let's check it out. Let's turn to the music. Okay, so we are looking at our G minor etude. Let's go over the things that we go over. We go over the key signature, which we did, 2 flats. We go over the time signature. This one is 4/4 time, so really nothing new there. 4 beats in a measure, a quarter note gets a beat. Let's take a look at this molto moderato, very medium. That marking comes up in this book. I think it's ridiculous, but medium, not fast, not slow, but very much not slow and very much not fast. I don't know what that means. Okay, and then we're going to do quarter note equals 92, which is what we did with our metronome just a moment ago. Now, let's take a look at this. This looks a little bit confusing, because the only beat that we can see here is beat 1, and then beat 2 happens in the middle of this note, beat 3 happens in the middle of this note, beat 4 happens in the middle of that note. What? I'm going to play it once for you. Just the first 2 measures. It's very hard for me to look at that and know where the beats are. So let's go over, you know me. I did what I do. I wrote this out in a way that I think is better. It looks like this. So that way we can actually see beat 2. I don't want to save this to the drive. Thank you. Okay, so like, yes, we can see that we can actually see beat 2 there, even though we don't actually play it. But even this, I think if you're not really super comfortable with syncopation, we need to go to here. And I'm going to go ahead and put these up on my website with a link down in the description so that you can have these to practice with if you'd like. Cool. I forgot to put a retardando here. Well, no, I'm certain I did put a retardando, though this just isn't the right copy of the music. In any case, let's do it. We're gonna play this. I have actually just written every subdivision. We've talked about subdivisions before. So now there are going to be 2 eighth notes, 2 eighth notes, 2 eighth notes, so that you can actually see every time that we have a note that is syncopated, what note we are not playing. If that makes any sense, I'm going to play that same bit. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. So then if we go back to here, let's do it. We're going to look at that. You get the feel? That is going to be a very powerful thing to go back and forth practicing like that. And you can even go to the one that doesn't look good. And that's going to really help solidify the syncopation. So we have this, which has every note. Then we have this, which I want you to think about those notes. Just think about those notes and not play them. And then we move into the one that is written a little bit suspiciously. The thing I find most suspicious is this, because if anything, those 2 eighth notes, let me show you. I feel like these 2 eighth notes should be beamed together, and then these 4 should be by themselves. And I feel it so much that I wrote it that way here, because that way, one of the things that we should see in music, in my oh so humble opinion, is where every beat is. There's beat 1, there's beat 2, there's beat 3, there's beat 4. It should be very, very clear to us. Syncopation fundamentally makes it unclear to us, and it is difficult to write out. If they wrote these as 2 eighth notes tied together, it would be visually very, very confusing. So syncopation is one of those things that we have to be comfortable not actually seeing the beginnings of many of the beats in the measure. All right, so my suggestion is this. Let's just play this together. I've made a mistake in this, and I apologize for that. That tie should not be there. I don't want to do that. Okay, so that tie should not be there. So we're going to play this all the way from the beginning to the odd tempo. We're going to go to that G. We're going to land there. So you can see how this feels to play. But please disregard that one tie. And I will take that out before I post this on my website, I promise. 1, 2, 3. And right there in measure 14 should be a retardando that I swear I wrote, but I guess I didn't. In any case, so there you have it. So then what we're going to do is we're going to move to this one. Let's do it. Same place. I believe I wrote it in this one for sure. There it is. Okay. So now here we go. We're going to do it from the beginning to that same thing. I wrote a letter A on this one because that's where a letter A should go. 2, 3. A fun thing to do at home might be to play the subdivided part while I play the part that is not subdivided, and vice versa. When I'm playing the not subdivided part, you play the subdivided part. Did I say that right? I don't even, but you know what I'm saying. Play the part that I'm not playing. That way you can hear them together. That would be a really, really fun idea, and a really helpful idea, I think, as well. So the other thing that I wanted to point out, let's look at the music, is that there are a couple opportunities where it's pretty important for us to use the left hand C. Yes, right there. Great, because we've got that E flat. We've got that E flat there, and we want to go from E flat to C, E flat to C. That's the way we do it. It's like, if you have not gotten on board with that, today's the day. All right, let's look more at the music. Let's see what we have to find. We have really more of the same, much more of the same. It's good. So your job is to download this one from my website, woodwindninja.com. The link will be down in the description. And then you're going to move to this one. That's the next step. And then it would really be good to get comfortable with the flaws in the writing of this one, because music's going to be written incorrectly. I do want to point out one thing that is just fundamentally wrong with how this is written, which is that measure, because it does not have enough beats in it. We've got 1 and 2 and 3, and then we've got a 16th rest on beat 4, and then 2 16th notes after that, which leaves 3 16th notes in what would be beat 4. They owe us a 16th rest or a 16th note, something, but they probably meant for that to be an 8th rest and blew it. Shame on them. But I guess based on my errant tie in what I wrote, I should be more forgiving because I can see how mistakes happen. All right, so there you have it. The performance in the beginning or the performance that you're about to hear at the end are good chances to look at that subdivided part and hear the non-subdivided part, so that way you are actually doing the things that you should think in your head when you're playing syncopation. Like, I believe that that's a good idea. So, yeah, it's going to take a little extra time, but go for it. And that's it. I think we got it. Number 16, Syncopation, G minor. Good work. Come back. Like this video, if you liked it. Subscribe. What do? We smash the like button? Smash it. Smash it. That's so stupid. Okay, and then that's it. Come to Woodwind Ninja. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.